Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the LG V30. This was going to be my next digital audio player, and unfortunately I did something extremely stupid that I talked a few videos ago about, which was when I was trying to remove the SD card slot for this, back when phones actually had SD card slots. I really hate that a lot of phones got rid of that, because now you can't expand the storage, which I think is honestly a little anti-consumer, but that's beyond the point. Basically, I got the micro SD in the first try perfectly fine. Like it took a little bit of force, but I got the tray out perfectly fine. The second try, I really struggled getting it out, to the point where I went full-blown caveman 2-year-old brain mode and decided, let's push the ejector tool deeper into the phone, and surely that won't cause any repercussions whatsoever. Needless to say, it did. And now that I actually got, as you can see, the tray removed, and you can see it's not like bent or anything, it seems perfectly fine. It is the actual, like, SIM card tray internals that are fucked, which is even worse, because now I just wasted $80 because the only thing I'm using this phone for is this music. It's just a music player, because it has a really, really good DAC. I think it's like a quad DAC that a lot of LG phones used to use. And I wish more phones had it, not only because it has a fucking headphone jack, and I wish more phones had that, but also I just wish more phones had, like, really good audio, and also, again, expandable storage. And I hate that a lot of phones, even flagships, don't have them, including my current phone. Now, is this the biggest loss of the world, that I basically just wasted $80 on a phone that's now just a paperweight because I can't insert the tray back in because, again, the internals are fucked? No, it's not the biggest loss in the world. I can just use my current phone as my digital audio player for now. Lesson learned, though, to not be as forceful when trying to get rid, or not get rid, but, eject the SIM tray. But again, now that I've learned my lesson, will I be getting another one of these? Probably not, honestly. Not only is the software very, very out of date, I'm talking Android 9, like that's the highest version it went to, but also, like, the updating process was really, really tedious. Like, I had to go through update after update after update over and over and over. It took like fucking 4 hours to get all the updates done. It took a very, very long time, and I just don't want to go through that again. And not only is, again, like, the software not really all that supported anymore because, it's an old LG phone, what do you expect? But also just generally, even though it does have, like, a really, really good DAP, it just feels a little slow to use, especially because it only has, like, a 60Hz panel. So I probably won't get another one of these, even though I did really like the sound of this, actually. When I used it for a brief period of time, like, for about, like, an hour, before I broke the SIM card tray beyond repair. Or not the tray, but the internals for the SIM card tray. You know what I mean? Like, the actual phone internals are now fucked. Because when I try to reinsert the SIM card tray, I'm not going to show you because I don't want to fucking break it even more. But whenever I try to do it, it just doesn't reinsert. It just can't. Because I think when I went to the repair shop to get this repaired, even though I was just, getting the fucking SIM card tray out, he just said he had to, like, bend the SIM card tray or something like that. I don't even know if he did. I don't even know what he did. He just came out, like, a minute later, and boom, the SD card tray was out. It was like magic, and I didn't even have to pay anything, so that was nice. But yeah, just generally, I'm glad I got my micro SD card back. It wasn't, like, super valuable, but it was about, like, $40. But hey, at least I didn't waste like $120, and I only wasted around $80, which is still a decent amount, but again, it's not the biggest loss in the world. I could just use my current phone as my digital audio player, even though it is a lot more distracting, and it might not sound as good as, this quad DAC that's in this phone. I can still deal with it for the time being until I get a new digital audio player, because I do plan to probably just get another one, again, to stop being, like, really, really distracted, because my current phone, even though I am trying to get rid of a lot of social media websites, is still pretty damn distracting, and I just want a device where I could just straight up listen to music with no interruptions, and that's all I want. And yeah, I plan to just get another digital audio player, and that's where I ask you guys to recommend any digital audio player that you've used that you really, really like in the comments below. I'll check them out and see if it suits me. I mainly want, like, a portable one. It doesn't have to be, like, as thin as these, because I don't think, or as this phone, because this is a very thin phone. But still just a decently portable digital audio player that's not like one that you have to basically only put on your desk, because I've seen digital audio players that are like just that huge chonkers that you have to like basically only use as like a desk DAP, because again, it just doesn't really work portably, and that's not what I want. I want something that just is portable, that's just an offline music player. I don't even care honestly if it even streams Apple Music anymore. I just want something that is a digital audio player that just works with a micro SD, that can play lossless files, and just generally has a good DAC that's decently portable. And that's what I'm searching for. And again, if you have any recommendations, or if you've used any of them, please just shoot it down in the comments below, and just, you know, say what you think of them. So yeah, that is basically going to be it. Again, I'm glad I got my micro SD card out, even though I did lose about $80 because of this phone, because I entirely my fault, because I was trying to be a caveman and trying to remove the SD card forcefully when you should not be doing that. And again, I learned my lesson to just be way more careful and not like force it in now, but still, I wasted $80, which sucks, but again, I could just use my phone anyway, so it's not the biggest loss in the world. It's not like I can't listen to music now. But again, this kind of sucks. But that's basically it, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.